Have you ever paused to wonder whether older adults really need to shower every single day? For many of us, the notion of a daily shower is deeply ingrained, a routine we follow without a second thought. It's so normal that questioning it can feel strange or even taboo. Yet, as more research emerges, we're beginning to see that the custom of daily showering may not be as universally beneficial as we once believed. In fact, when it comes to older adults, daily showers might sometimes do more harm than good. This is a difficult idea for many people to wrap their minds around. After all, we've been brought up to think that bathing every day is synonymous with cleanliness, good health, and overall respectability. But what if there's another side to that story, especially once we pass into our senior years? It's often said that habits shape our lives, but not all habits serve us equally well at every stage of life. What was beneficial or necessary in our youth may need to be modified or abandoned altogether in later years. This is particularly true when we consider the delicate nature of older skin. As we age, the body undergoes changes that make the skin thinner, less elastic, and more prone to dryness. A routine that includes daily exposure to hot water and strong soaps can strip the skin of its natural oils, leading to itching, irritation, and a heightened risk of cracks or breaks in the skin surface. If you have ever seen an older adult repeatedly applying lotion or dealing with itchy spots, it could be a direct consequence of excessive or overly frequent bathing. Still, the concept of showering less, say every other day, or even just once or twice a week, might feel unsettling. Indeed, many of us equate bathing with moral virtue or social acceptance. We've internalized cultural norms that champion the daily shower as something that separates us from a bygone era. Interestingly, these norms have evolved relatively recently. In many parts of the world, daily showers didn't become common until the 20th century, largely coinciding with shifts in indoor plumbing, hot water availability, and marketing campaigns for hygiene products. Before that, people generally bathed less frequently, and in many cultures today, daily showers remain more of a luxury than a necessity. This historical perspective may help us see that the idea of showering every day, while widespread, is hardly timeless or universal. But let's focus specifically on seniors. Why is it that daily showers become riskier or less beneficial with age? For starters, we must acknowledge the skin changes mentioned above. The protective barrier that keeps pathogens out and moisture in becomes weaker. Daily exposure to soap and hot water can aggravate that vulnerability. The subsequent dryness isn't just an inconvenience. It can set the stage for various skin problems. Dry, cracked skin can become an entry point for bacteria, leading to infections that might take longer to heal in older adults. Moreover, thin, irritated skin can tear more easily from minor bumps or scrapes, common occurrences that can escalate into serious medical concerns. Then there's the matter of balance, mobility, and general safety. If you've ever slipped on a wet bathroom floor, you know how frightening it can be. Older adults typically face increased challenges in coordination and reaction time. The daily ritual of stepping into a tub or shower, often in a confined, slippery space, can turn a routine task into a potentially risky endeavor. Falls remain one of the leading causes of injury among seniors, and a fair portion of these accidents happen in the bathroom. The more frequently one showers, the more exposure there is to such risks. Additionally, the physical exertion of a hot shower might be taxing for those dealing with heart issues, respiratory problems, or conditions like arthritis, which can make standing or moving in a slippery environment painful and dangerous. For many older adults, the challenges around showering every day boil down to more than just dryness or slipping hazards. There is also the question of energy levels. Showering can be an exhausting process, particularly if someone requires assistance or deals with chronic conditions that sap stamina. Standing for extended periods, raising arms to wash one's hair, bending down to scrub legs, these are movements younger people take for granted, but can become daunting in one's later years. Imagine if you had limited energy reserves and you needed to decide whether to invest that energy in a daily shower or to conserve it for activities you enjoy, like cooking, exercising, or spending time with family. Viewed from this perspective, it starts to make sense why daily showering might not be as essential or even as healthy for a senior as we once assumed. But you might be wondering, isn't hygiene important? Won't showering less lead to odor, infections, or an overall sense of feeling unclean? Hygiene is definitely important at any age. Still, cleanliness doesn't have to hinge solely on a daily full-body shower. Seniors, and their caregivers, if applicable, can find middle ground solutions that maintain proper hygiene without subjecting older skin to harsh, drying routines or placing them at increased risk of falls. Instead of a full shower, older adults might do a quick sponge bath or use no-rinse cleansers in places that tend to accumulate sweat or odors, like under the arms, between skin folds, and in the groin area. Such spot cleaning can be done daily or as needed, in tandem with less frequent full showers. In addition, keeping certain body parts clean might matter more than others. For example, many health experts emphasize the importance of foot care for seniors, particularly for those with diabetes or circulatory issues. Washing the feet regularly, ensuring they are thoroughly dried, and addressing any cuts or sores can prevent infections that might otherwise spiral out of control. Similarly, regular hand washing is crucial to prevent the spread of germs, especially in communal living settings or during flu season. Neither of these practices, however, requires a full-body hot shower. An older adult can keep their feet and hands clean while sparing the rest of the body from the dryness that results from a daily shower. Another factor to contemplate is the role of natural oils and bacteria on the skin. Our skin hosts a multitude of microorganisms, many of which are beneficial, helping maintain a healthy microbiome. Daily scrubbing with soap can disrupt that balance, washing away the good bacteria along with the oils that keep skin supple. While this may be fine or even desirable for someone who exercises intensely every day or works in an environment where they get dirty or sweaty, it might be excessive for an older adult who spends most of their day indoors in mild activity. Overshadowing also increases the risk of irritating skin conditions like eczema, which can be especially troublesome for seniors. Of course, not all seniors are the same. Some remain remarkably active in their golden years, exercising regularly, spending time outdoors, or engaging in physically demanding hobbies that might necessitate more frequent bathing. Others might live in hot, humid climates where sweat accumulation can become uncomfortable and potentially lead to rashes or fungal infections. For those individuals, showering more often might indeed be warranted. The point is that a one-size-fits-all approach can do more harm than good. Seniors and those who assist them should consider the individual's overall health, activity level, climate, and preferences when determining the ideal bathing schedule. Still, there's a psychological piece to this puzzle. Many of us find showers soothing and pleasurable. The warmth can relax muscles, the steam might clear nasal passages, and the routine can be a moment of privacy and relaxation. For someone who enjoys their daily shower, the idea of cutting back might feel like a loss. If an older adult finds genuine comfort in daily bathing, there are ways to mitigate the risks. Installing grab bars or a shower seat, using non-slip mats or stickers, adjusting water temperature to lukewarm rather than hot, and selecting gentler cleansers formulated for sensitive skin. This compromise may allow them to keep a cherished routine while lowering the risk of dryness and accidents. Meanwhile, some older individuals dislike daily showers precisely because they find them tiring, painful, or logistically difficult. The prevalence of arthritis, osteoporosis, or other mobility constraints may make the entire experience of standing in a shower or climbing into a bathtub a hazard. For them, the revelation that daily showers aren't actually necessary can be liberating. It offers them permission to say, "I'm going to shower 2 or 3 times a week instead, and I'll keep myself clean through other means on the off days." This relief might reduce stress and preserve energy for more meaningful or fulfilling activities. Turning to expert recommendations, several geriatric and dermatological associations have begun to acknowledge that daily showering is not mandatory for older adults. Dermatologists often suggest showering every other day or even just 2 to 3 times a week, using gentle, pH-balanced soaps, followed by the application of a fragrance-free moisturizer. The key is to lock in the moisture while the skin is still slightly damp, preventing it from evaporating and leaving skin parched. Another tip is to limit shower time. 5 to 10 minutes should suffice. thus reducing prolonged exposure to water and soap. Additionally, water temperatures should be comfortably warm rather than scalding hot, as hotter water can accelerate the loss of natural oils. Occupational therapists who help older adults often highlight bathroom modifications for safer showers. Installing handrails, a shower bench, or a handheld shower head can drastically cut the risk of falls and reduce physical strain. Such accommodations can be invaluable for seniors dealing with joint pain, poor balance, or fatigue. They can also make the entire showering process less stressful, which might allow older adults to shower at a frequency that is ideal for them, whether that's daily, weekly, or somewhere in between. It's worth noting that some older adults might face conditions like incontinence that necessitate more frequent cleaning. But as we've established, cleaning doesn't have to equal a full, extended shower every time. Sponge baths, careful wiping, or brief rinses of targeted areas can handle specific hygiene needs without turning into a full-scale ordeal. In cases where specialized care is required, such as dealing with bed-bound individuals, professional caregivers often rely on bed baths or partial baths, a testament to the fact that there are many ways to maintain hygiene beyond the traditional daily shower. Another seldom discussed angle is the environmental aspect. Daily showers can consume enormous amounts of water and energy. While seniors might not be as worried about the environment as younger generations, some still care about sustainability, especially if they come from eras where resource conservation was a virtue. Bathing less often can reduce both water and utility bills, particularly helpful if someone is on a fixed income. It also places less wear and tear on the bathroom itself, potentially extending the life of fixtures and surfaces. Though this concern might not be the top reason for reducing shower frequency in older adults, it can be a bonus that aligns with the practical realities many seniors face. Now let's address the question of odor or cleanliness as it often arises. Does showering less mean smelling bad? Not necessarily. Body odor is influenced by various factors, including diet, sweat gland activity, and bacterial flora on the skin. While sweat itself doesn't actually smell, it can foster bacterial growth, which leads to odor. Seniors who are not overly active or who live in cooler climates might not sweat enough to develop strong odors daily. Furthermore, targeted cleansing of areas prone to odor, like underarms, feet, and groin, can be performed daily without a full shower. Lightweight, breathable clothing changed regularly also helps. Indeed, some seniors find that after they stop daily scrubbing, their skin becomes less irritated, and they do not experience the dryness or itchiness that was once so common. In many cases, any mild odor is effectively managed through partial washing and the use of gentle deodorants. One emotional or psychological hurdle might be the fear of social judgment. Seniors who live in group settings or who have close contact with family members might worry that showering less will be seen as a sign of neglect. Caregivers too might be concerned about appearances or about following standardized care protocols that suggest daily bathing. However, as knowledge about the downsides of daily showering for older adults grows, institutions, from assisted living facilities to nursing homes, are beginning to reevaluate bathing schedules. Many such facilities are shifting to a model that respects resident comfort and safety above rigid routines. Instead of automatically scheduling daily showers, they consider each person's skin condition, mobility limitations, and personal preference. Family members too can learn to see hygiene not as a cookie-cutter requirement, but as a balance, enough to keep the person clean and healthy, but not so frequent that it damages their skin or puts them in danger. Let's explore a hypothetical scenario to illustrate how these insights can play out in practice. Imagine an 80-year-old named Dorothy. She's spry for her age, but struggles with arthritis in her hips and knees. For years, Dorothy took daily showers, believing it was the mark of good hygiene. As her arthritis progressed, she began to find the daily routine exhausting. She often felt dizzy after standing in a hot shower, and sometimes her knees ached so badly afterward that she had to lie down for the rest of the morning. She tried installing a stool in the shower, but the combined pain from arthritis and dryness of skin from daily soap use continued to plague her. Dorothy's dermatologist eventually recommended she reduce her showers to twice a week, focusing on partial sponge baths in between. She gave it a try, carefully washing her underarms and groin daily with a mild no-rinse soap, and applying moisturizer while her skin was still slightly damp. She also started using a handheld shower head, making quick, targeted rinses easier on the days she did take a full shower. At first, Dorothy worried about feeling unclean or smelling bad. Yet after a week or two, she noticed her skin felt less irritated and the dryness on her legs, which had caused constant itching, began to subside. She found herself with more energy in the mornings and realized she had fewer close calls on the slippery shower floor. If anything, Dorothy's sense of confidence improved because she no longer faced daily apprehension about showering. She still maintained excellent hygiene. Her hair was washed twice a week, her clothes changed every day, and her hands and face were washed multiple times a day. The trade-off of reducing full showers was well worth the benefits she gained in comfort and safety. Over time, Dorothy even found that her friends in her retirement community were doing similar things. Some had cut back to 2 or 3 showers per week, others relied on partial baths or bed baths. They shared tips on gentle cleansers and lotions, normalizing the idea that one did not have to stand under running water each day for personal hygiene. What mattered more was being mindful about cleanliness and tailoring routines to personal needs. Stories like Dorothy's highlight that the conversation isn't about neglecting hygiene, it's about approaching personal care in a balanced, mindful way that aligns with an older adult's physical reality. Just as a 25-year-old athlete might shower multiple times a day without issue, an 80-year-old with arthritis and dry skin might shower just twice a week and still be perfectly healthy and socially acceptable. The key is paying attention to the signals our bodies send, along with credible medical and geriatric advice, rather than rigidly adhering to cultural norms or one-size-fits-all guidelines. Ultimately, reevaluating shower frequency for seniors underscores a bigger lesson in aging. So many daily routines we take for granted must be adapted as we grow older. That process of adaptation is not a loss of independence, but an exercise in wisdom, knowing what truly benefits us and what does not. It also requires courage to challenge long-held beliefs about cleanliness. For many older adults, reducing shower frequency can be liberating. It preserves precious energy, safeguards fragile skin, lessens fall risks, and still respects the fundamental need for cleanliness. If you're a senior yourself, or you bear about someone who is, this shift in perspective might open the door to other changes as well. What else might be improved by discarding assumptions or revisiting norms that no longer fit? It might be how frequently we wash clothes, the products we use for personal care, the time of day we choose to bathe, or how we integrate rest times into daily schedules. Each adaptation can offer a small reprieve from challenges, creating a more fulfilling and comfortable life in one's golden years. So the next time you find yourself pondering senior hygiene, remember that daily showers are not the universal imperative. They can sometimes be more of a cultural habit than a health necessity, and in some cases, they may even jeopardize health and well-being. It's possible for older adults to maintain excellent personal hygiene and fresh, healthy skin without standing under hot water day after day. Indeed, it might be kinder to the body and the spirit to shower less often, while adopting gentler cleansing methods in between. For those who still enjoy a daily shower, plenty of adjustments, like lukewarm water, brief shower times, and specialized bathroom aids, can help mitigate risks and dryness. But for many seniors, transitioning to fewer showers can feel like a revelation, a positive choice for comfort, safety, and longevity. And that, above all, is a testament to the idea that health guidelines should adapt to the realities of aging, not the other way around.